the interview until somebody comes in, because we've got no viewers at the moment. So until a few come in, I'll share it on my Twitter and on the Facebook site, and then I might get a few people in there.
So we've got those 3 little green dots down here. Is that where the chat is? What are those 3 little green dots?
The chat will be the right-hand side of the of my video on YouTube. So at the moment, we've got no one in. Let's have a look. It's live on YouTube. There's 2 watching. Oh, hello. That heals Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. So tonight we've got 3 viewers in so far, but they do come in, you know, as we go along. Just getting it all set up. So you've got feedback on your end. So you haven't muted the YouTube. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I better put that up. So welcome the 3 viewers. We've got 3 viewers in. So welcome. And tonight's guest is MuttonStyle, Anne-Marie. And I believe she's from London area. Is that right, Anne-Marie?
Sussex.
Yeah. So, we've got old school with a modern twist. Hello, Eagle. So if you can see the chat, Anne-Marie, if you can just say hello or write something, and then people can come over to your channel and follow you.
Okay. So I've said hello anyway, and then I've typed in hello.
Yeah. No, in the chat, on the YouTube chat, and then they can come over to your channel then.
This would be I can't even see the video on YouTube.
Okay, go to the video section of my channel.
Yeah.
And then this video should then be up then, because it's gone live now.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. Okay, so open that up. Yeah.
So we've got That Eels. We've got old school with a modern twist, and old school with a modern twist says hello, Anne-Marie. So we've got 7 watching at the moment, but only 3 comments in. So Anne-Marie, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your interests are then?
Okay, so
I've got feedback there.
So you don't get feedback.
Yeah. Anne-Marie's new to this live streaming, by the way, people, you know, so I apologise.
Hi.
Yeah, so if you can tell us a bit about yourself, what your interests are then, please, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, I'm going to mute there. Okay, so that we don't have the feedback. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. I can hear you perfect now. There's no feedback. And Beauty on the Budgets just said hello to you. Really nice to see you.
Hi, Bella. Hi, Bella.
Oh, so you know Bella, do you then? Oh, what?
We haven't met personally, but yeah, we chat on and watch each other's videos.
Yeah. I've met her, you know, lovely young lady she is, from Warrington, up north.
Yeah, no, we are going to meet sometime. So yes, I live in Sussex, and I'm a over 50s blogger and over 50s YouTuber. I work full time, so this is a hobby, really, quite a time-consuming hobby, I'm going to say. And I started this YouTube channel in June, but I've been blogging for about 5 years in total. I can see my oldest daughter looking through the window there.
Yeah,
you can come round, come say hello. Shy.
So where did you do your blogging then? On Facebook or on Twitter or?
I've got a Facebook channel, but no, it's on Blogspot, and I've got my own. site called MuttonStyle.com.
Yeah. So if you want to put that into the chat, and then if you want any of these supporters of mine to come over to you, I know Bella supports you.
Okay, so I'll type that in. MuttonStyle.com is my blog, which has been going for, let me type this properly. That's been going for about 3 years.
Yeah.
But before that, and still going, but not on such a grand scale, I had a blog called Anna Mutton Years. And that was a blog about family life and travel, and mostly the stupid things my family got up to.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I decided I was more interested really in writing about beauty and fashion and so on. And so started parallel to that, I started MuttonStyle.com, and then spent more time on MuttonStyle.com than I did on Anna Mutton Years. Now I'm tending to just post videos onto Anna Mutton Years rather than actually writing on there. I'll type in Anna Mutton Years in here too, into the chat. But the blog that gets the most of my time at the moment is now MuttonStyle.com. So that's where all the you know, the fashion and lifestyle and beauty stuff is. And so this channel, YouTube channel, was started so as I could run that in tandem. Here's my husband. He's going to come and say hello now. In his Halloween t-shirt. Come and say hi.
Good evening. Hello.
Bend down.
How are you?
There's the camera.
Oh.
Good evening, sir. What's your name? My name's Keith.
Hello, I'm John.
Oh, pleased to meet you, John.
Can you see him?
Yeah, I can see him. Yeah. You know, I can talk to him. You know, now MuttonStyle's gone off. We're having a gentleman chat now about. Have you got a YouTube channel then, John?
No, I leave it to the boss here.
No, he joins in mine. So he's in some of the vlogs.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him doing the barbecue. I've seen him drinking that pint of cider. I've seen him on all your holiday vacations to Tenerife. In his shorts. I'll tell you what, he's got a nice pair of legs, better than mine. So, you know, I never really know when I'm on holiday.
Can you see his t-shirt he's wearing tonight?
I'm just...
Here for the booze.
Yeah, oh, that's it, isn't he?
Here for the booze.
So, John, what do you think about your wife doing a YouTube channel?
I'm very happy for her to do it. I mean, you know, I try my best to support from behind, you know.
Behind the camera, taking the film, the video.
That's what I meant, you know. What else would I say? And, you know, I mean, at the moment, it's a hobby while she's still working full time. As and when she decides to retire from full time work, then it may morph into something different. But you know, I mean, heck, I try my best to support her as best I can.
Yeah, and he does make an appearance on camera as well, as you know, because he does, you know.
Well, yeah, I do like to scare the natives upon occasions. You know.
I was talking about my Anna Mutton Years blog just now.
Oh,
when I first started blogging.
Oh dear.
And I've got to say, he was mostly my muse because he did the most stupidest things that I then exaggerated and could write stories about. So they're definitely worth. I'm going to type them into here. Type in.
Do you have that much time? Anna
Mutton Years.
Yeah.
But the blogs that I wrote about him, Mutton Years, I think it's one word.
Yeah.
Blogspot would be the search you'd do. But yeah, blogs going back last year or the year before, when I was spending a lot more time on it, there's actually some really funny stories on there.
Yeah.
I I will have to check those out, you know, because I mean, your videos that I've looked at, I looked at your Marks and Spencers all, you put 2 or 3 of those up, you know, your vacations and, you know, well, as I say, I've watched 90%, but you've only been on YouTube on this channel since June of this year, I believe.
That's right. Yeah. So, I did have another YouTube channel that was very, very small, and it was just a few. I was learning really because I was mostly doing film in portrait rather than landscape. It was mostly videos taken off that I had prepared just for Instagram.
Yeah.
And well, okay, I'll make a video out and put it on YouTube. So when I started this one, I started a new channel to do it properly and make it more linked to my MuttonStyle blog rather than my Anna Mutton Years blog.
Yeah, and it's nice to see a channel doing fashion because I mean most of the how can I say it? Your age group and my age group tend to do makeup and anti-aging products. You know, you do yours is mainly fashion, the things that you buy from TK Maxx and other department stores. So you know, it just shows you I do watch because you know, whoever I'm interviewing, I like to get to know them as well as I can before I interview people, because this is the first time really that we have spoken.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I'm not into makeup, Jeanette, because I follow a channel called Marta Zaha from Miami, and I interviewed her about 8 months ago, and she was trying to get me to use a mask. Yes, no way. I pleased the wife put a 10 pence in because she said, no, you're not. Hello, Broke Neck from Alaska. So you said you've got a daughter as well then, Anne-Marie?
Yes, and my one of them was in the Tenerife videos.
Yeah.
Annabelle, she's in the Tenerife videos. The other one makes an appearance that's in a video that went live today.
Yeah, I haven't seen that because I just got home before we went live. So
it's a bit of a not meant to be a comedy, but it turns out to be a comedy on face masks.
Oh,
yeah, I know. That's why I mentioned it, because I thought, oh yeah, you know, I mean, fancy somebody asking me. I've got the beard, you know, as though a face mask could do anything for my looks. That's all I can say.
I can tell you, it didn't do very much for me actually either. But you've got to catch the video. It's actually it's something between halfway between a horror movie and halfway between a comedy.
Oh,
my daughters are kind of in it. One of them does say hello, and the other one's just out of the scene. But they're both kind of participating in the periphery.
Yeah. So have you ever done a face mask then, John, if you don't mind me asking?
He has actually.
Well, no, I did try a charcoal face mask, and I ended up looking like something out of a 1970s entertainment show. That's probably the best way I can describe it.
John has an Instagram account, and it's up there.
Really?
Yes, it's on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm just going to type in his.
Yeah, if you want to put that in.
No, really expensive.
Yeah, and then people can go over and look, because I know Pixie's channel's on Instagram, and I know Jeanette Pickering's on the same. I don't know about Bella. I think she's on Instagram as well. I think
she is.
Yeah. And I don't know whether you also. Well, I do know you follow Random Life Productions, Gail.
Yes.
We've got a love-hate relationship. I love her, but she hates me. So you know. Because when she first came on and she followed me, she kept on about my wallpaper. So when you see her, just go, oh, I hear you go on about Eagle's wallpaper, you know. But she's working tonight, see, she's on late. So thank heaven she won't be making a remark on this video.
I see what she means about the wallpaper, though.
Oh no, not you! Look at, should have mentioned that, should I?
Unnecessary, you know.
Yeah, well, just supported. So Jeanette Pickering's just supported you.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Yeah, great channel. She's got a great channel, Jeanette. I've learned a lot about fashion style off her. You know, I mean, although she could get John involved a bit more and get him doing some male fashion. I think that would be brilliant.
Honestly, no budgie smugglers, please.
Okay. So in the chat, how many men would like John to demonstrate?
Yeah, everybody in the chat who wants John to be on Anne-Marie's channel demonstrating his fashion sense, then put a 1 in. What's this? I was going to put a mask on once, but the mask ran away. Yeah, agreed with you on that one, Dennis. Yeah.
If you want to go out and play with fast-moving traffic, thank you.
Oh, yeah, Jeanette Pickering. Yeah, Pixie's chat. Oh, no, look. Speak of the devil, Anne-Marie.
I can see, yeah.
I'm still at work. Yeah. Look at all the ones from Pixie's channel. He definitely wants you to. Hey?
Salt.
What does the ones mean?
The one means that they want him to do a bit of male fashion on your channel.
Okay. This could end in tears.
But how many votes is that? That's just one person, isn't it? Though?
Yeah, Pixies, yeah. Whaley Bird's put naughty, so that means no then. Yeah, but nice to see you, Random Life. I know you won't. You're not stopping because you're at work. That's why I do it at 9 o'clock when you're on late, because you don't usually get home till gone 10 o'clock or whenever. Go for Jeanette Pickering says, "Go for it, John."
Be careful what you wish for.
But I think maybe. I think if you saw him in shorts on holiday on the Tenerife videos, you wouldn't be saying that.
No, honestly.
He looks
like climbing Mount Tidy or Tidy, whatever you want to call it.
He has an eclectic taste.
Yeah. So Anne-Marie, what are your goals for your YouTube channel then?
Well, I obviously want it to grow. I'd like to have thousands of subscribers, and I would like to be adding value to my viewers' lives and giving them some information or giving them entertainment of some sort, giving them inspiration. I don't know that there's that many sort of over 55 YouTubers around. In a community, it seems like that there's quite a few of us because we all connect, and the same in the blogging world as well. We connect, but in real world, there's not that many. There's probably in the blogging community 50 to 60 globally.
Bringing that
over
forward,
50.
Where do you want to be? What do you want to do with that?
What do I want to do with it? As I said, what I want to do with it is to inspire other people and inspire myself.
There we go. See?
Yeah. So be able to keep on top of things for myself and keep on top of things for my viewers.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
So have you ever interacted with your viewers by doing a live stream or anything like this before?
No, I haven't. No, but I would. It's quite fun.
Yeah, it really, you know, when you get used to the technology, you know, because I mean, when we met up with Gail and Bella and Jeanette and Pixie about 8 weeks ago, I think we had a meetup in Birmingham, and in the hotel room, Bella went live because Gail goes, "Come on, Bella, let's have you going live." It was in my hotel room, and she got over because she's in that community of the beauty divas and everything like that. She got over 40 viewers on a live stream. Now I've never got up to 40. I mean, we've got 15 watching tonight. I think my record is 32 on a live stream, and she comes on and she gets 40. You know, no wonder I'm jealous. You know, I just wish I'd been born a woman, and I could have done the over 60s then.
You're going to start doing the makeup videos then?
Yeah, because that's what it is, or a fashion channel like yours now. Because I could do a bit of like that, but I don't really know a lot about fashion.
Well, we all have to get dressed, don't we? So
yeah, I'm just having a look. Why not? Yeah, I could do it, Whaley Bird. You know, diversify my channel from droning interviews. I'm thinking about baking because I'm learning a lot off Jeanette Pickering. I was wondering what Keith was. Man or a woman? Okay, then, Pix. Good evening, Barry's Views. He's another Londoner. He lives somewhere near the London Stadium. He's a West Ham fan. So, have you been very sporty in your life then, Ambry?
No, I was accused of running away from the ball at school.
Yeah.
Hockey. No, haven't been sporty, but I do go running nowadays.
Oh, so is that to keep fit or just to?
Yes, to keep fit, but I actually, out of all of the physical activity sport-wise you could do, it's the one that I enjoy the most. I don't really enjoy going to the gym.
Yeah.
And I found going to the gym actually too time-consuming. By the time you've got there, done your exercise or joined a class, then got home again, it used to take a Sunday morning or an evening, you know. So I find it easiest to go running, and I go running on a Sunday morning before breakfast, so as soon as I've got up. And if I'm working at home, then I will go running as well from home too. So in the mornings on a work day. So I went running today because I was working at home. So I went running this morning.
Oh, that's good. So you can work from home then. You don't have to go into the office or whatever you do for a living every day.
I can work from home if I have to work from home, but you know, I had to go to London today, so I worked from home in the morning and then went up to London. But I'm going into the office the next 2 days.
Yeah. Pixie's channel says, can you type something in the chat again so he can support you as well, please?
Okay. If you want to see what women have to go through when they're putting on a face mask, my latest video shows you exactly how it all can go wrong and what on earth we have to endure to make ourselves look half decent, our skin half decent.
I'm going to make you a moderator in my channel. So you've got a blue wrench now. So that means that you can post the link to your video or anything now.
Okay.
You just copy and paste and put it in. So do face mask work, Whaley Bird says, or asks.
Well, if you watch the video, you'll find that I'm not terribly impressed with the one that I tried that particular time. However, the one that my daughter, my oldest daughter, was wearing on that video, except you can't see her, really did make a difference to her skin. I was very surprised.
So going back to that, then, do you use any cream care or anything, like the aged beauty community use?
Yeah, I'm doing more of that now. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've always used serums. I've always exfoliated. I mean, let's say I've exfoliated over the last 5 years. I mean, using glycolic acid to exfoliate twice a week for the last 5 years, and I know it works because I had my skin scanned by a company that wanted to sell me an exfoliator.
Yeah. And
they actually said, actually, we can't sell it to you because we can see that you're exfoliating. So I've stuck with that brand, the brand I was using, the glycolic acid I was using, because I know it works and it was tested on my own skin. So and And if you don't exfoliate, you've got surface debris on your skin that, if you're going to use anti-aging products, aren't going to sink through. Moisturizer and the serums and so on, and all those specialist ingredients aren't going to get down to the skin that they're supposed to be treating if you've got a load of rubbish on the top of your face, of dead cells and debris.
Oh, I've learnt something tonight talking to this young lady. Brilliant.
So you've got to get rid of that.
Yeah. So do you think it would improve me then with the beard? And because I've only got a little area that I can use things on it, and I, well, I'm just asking a fashion expert, and if she can give me any tips on improving my fashion, because
well, John uses Body Shop stuff. He uses tea tree and aloe vera Body Shop stuff.
Yeah. Oh, see, yeah. So I think I'm going to join the beauty community. Men products, I mean, I've said it before, but I think I'll get on with that because it'll be another arm to my channel. And I want to be entertaining, and everybody in the chat that I don't know whether I'm entertaining, am I? Keith, it's going to need more than a mask. Well, I know that, Barry. I do know that, definitely. I think I'm going to do the December vlog with you in December, Christmas vlog, whatever it is. I don't know.
Do you want me to ask John to talk to you about his aloe vera experiences?
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. Yes, please. Yeah, get him in again. He's disappeared.
Can you come here?
You can have a glass of cider. You can pull a pint of cider if you want.
Your beauty regime.
Well,
here he is to tell you about his beauty regime.
My beauty regime.
Can you see him?
Yeah.
If you're really unfortunate, you can see me. My beauty regime, well, I mean, aside from 2 heavy-duty black plastic bags, other than that,
you're using the aloe vera from Body Shop, aren't
you?
Well,
yeah, I mean, yeah, but after cleansing, polishing, whatever, I tend to use more irregularly rather than regularly. I tend to use from the aloe vera range from Body Shop because, I mean, quite frankly, after using it, I don't look like an extra from The Walking Dead. Honestly, seriously.
And I can assure you that before using it, he did.
See? Affirmation.
So, John was introduced to these products from the Body Shop at a blogger event we both went to in February.
Yeah.
And he came along as my photographer.
Yeah.
But I kind of was chatting to some women, turned around, find him. I thought he was taking photos, but he wasn't. He was over at the other side of the room having a beauty consultation.
I was being inveigled.
And anyway, he ended up buying some of the aloe vera range.
Yes, indeed.
And was very impressed with it. Partly he's not sure whether it's the products or actually the fact he's actually doing something.
Well, I mean, true. I don't know whether it's now the product or a lack of apathy as it was before. I mean, I'm actually sort of using the stuff, whatever. But however, I no longer look like someone who's been hit by a big truck. For the most part, anyway. And yeah, okay, let's go with that and move forwards.
And you use the moisturizer twice a day?
No. Well, normally of a night time before I go to bed, I've got to try and look attractive for you, John. Mostly I fail. But sometimes in the morning, especially if I've got to meet people from outside the office, the bigger cheeses, etc. I might dabble with trying to look slightly less roadkill. There we are.
But the reason you got it was because when you shaved, you had dry.
Yeah, I used to get a horrible red rash,
Yeah.
or blotchiness all along the shaving line, and just no.
And also dry, flaky skin you guys used to get too.
Well, yeah. So I talked to the lady, and she sort of pointed me in the right direction. Well, think this, yeah, give this a go. And so I mean, I bought some aloe vera gel, night cream, day cream,
And the wash, face wash,
and the face wash as well, which is pump activated. And between them, I can't say which is better and which isn't. But between them, they seem to actually make me.
So your skin's not red and flaky.
No.
And you don't get sore when you shave.
There is that.
Yeah. So that's what it's done. It solved the problems he was having.
Well, up to a.
That's good news, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, up to a point. You can't really make a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
No. Agree. That's why I grew the beard, because every time I shaved, I ended up bleeding a rash, and I've had the beard since I was 16 years of age. It's never come off. Although I don't grow it long, it's always like stubble in it. Thanks a lot, Dennis, for coming in. Have a great day. Oh, 21 in. Oh, we're getting up there. 11 likes as well.
It's you.
See, you're star.
You see?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about it.
So, which particular?
I was talking about his aloe vera experience.
Yeah. So you'll have to start your own channel now, John. Then 22. Look at that. 22 watching. So Anne-Marie, which particular high street shop or retailer do you like best for your fashion?
I like Marks and Spencer's. I like H&M, Primark.
Primark.
Yeah. They're probably the ones that I go to the most. I don't really go to Next.
Yeah.
Mango and Zara. The odd thing, but not very much. No, it's when I'm doing a lookbook and I'm talking about where I've bought the items, it's generally I'm saying quite a lot H&M, or I'm saying Primark, or I'm saying Marks and Spencer's. They're the ones that come up the most.
Yeah. Because after watching your videos, I would have said Marks and Sparks was the most popular one that you seem to use quite a lot. My wife's the same. She loves M&S stuff, So I think they have very good fashion in there,
Yeah, they do, and they've quite a lot of different ranges as well, and it's reasonably priced. You generally know you know what quality you're going to get generally.
Yeah.
The quality is fair for the price, and if it doesn't fit, you can take it back, can't you? So it's easy to return. I like their sort of click and collect. I think Primark's fine if you've got one near you, so you can go and wander around the shop and buy. I think the problem with Primark is that if you aren't anywhere near one, it's not very easy to buy online.
Yeah.
So that's a store you've actually got to go and visit and find things that you like when you're in the shop. H&M's got quite a good online offering, but I think it's probably still best to go in the store, because their sizes can vary quite a bit. They're a bit iffy there about sizes, I think, I find. So
I was going to ask you that. Do you prefer going into the store or shopping online now?
Depends on what you're shopping for, doesn't it, really?
I actually prefer shopping online mostly, but if I know what I'm looking for, then I'm happy to go in the store. What you might find this surprising, but I actually don't like shopping.
What?
Because
Can you say that again? For the-
You are, you what have you done with Anne-Marie?
no, I don't. No, because there's too much choice. I find
Come on
it's
now,
just
that really has surprised me. That a woman that does not like shopping.
no. And shopping in the sales, absolute nightmare, because you're not going to find what you're looking for the right size on the rail, then queuing up for the changing rooms, trying to decide whether
or not it's an appropriate purchase.
what I would rather do it in a more leisurely way and shop online, get it home, try it on, see if it's going to fit my lifestyle, whether I like it, whether I like the quality, design, whether it fits. And then return it to store or return it by post.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go in a shop if I know exactly what I'm looking for. But the idea of going just on spec to look for something on the off chance, I just can't be bothered with it a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's it. But Bottle Cap says, "Oh my God, the perfect woman."
I think I am.
Yeah. So
I
what
bet
about you then, John? Do you prefer shopping online or going in, or like me, is it the wife that picks your fashion?
oh hell no.
I wish I did. I wish you'd let me.
Well, no, honestly. Do you think she would have purchased this particular t-shirt? I don't think so.
Where did you get that t-shirt? It was Amazon.
Yeah.
You got that from Amazon.
Myself, I mean, doing the job I do, it's fairly innocuous in that you know I'm seen but unseen, if you will.
You can't talk about it.
Yeah, I know, but when I go out and about, if I need to, I scrub up, suit and boot, and etc. But hey, there we are. But mainly about just being nondescript. That's me. That's my work persona. My.
If you see him or not in the
On
videos,
weekends, shall we say?
you will see him. How I describe him, so often looking like a cocktail. And some of my blogs, my Anna Mutton News blogs, I wrote about your outfit.
Yeah. The fruit salad.
Yeah, the fruit salad, or the Bahama Mama, or the Peach Melba.
Well,
because he wears raspberry coloured shorts with orange t-shirts, or yellow t-shirts, or orange shorts and yellow t-shirts, and he just looks like a layered, a cocktail with layers.
Yeah. Oh.
Shep would say I'm like an onion with layers.
So yes.
So do your daughters follow in your footsteps then, Anne-Marie? Are they fashion conscious?
They both like clothes, and sort of one of my dislikes of shopping is if I'm out shopping with them, it's traipsing around with them, because they are like typical women, in that sense.
Got to about.
And I'm sort of bystander saying, "Oh, come on, can we go now? Can we go now?"
That's why I love her so much.
So I don't go shopping with them.
Woohoo!
No.
Yeah. So, because I saw one with one of your daughters on where she's got her clothes out on the lawn or on a table on the lawn doing that, and I thought, oh, she's got a mother's fashion sense as well.
Oh, that's right. That's she got a Primark haul, didn't she? Or it was New Look. That's right. It's New Look.
Yeah, New Look. Yeah.
So I'm just going to get the link for the face mask video and type it in.
Yeah. By all means, because I mean, I am going to watch that when I've finished here, so.
John's off. He's saying goodbye.
Nice meeting you. Hope to see you again.
Well, if you're really unfortunate, you will, Albie.
Well, I hope so, because I mean, this is what it's all about, YouTube. building your community up, getting to know each other. I mean, when I look at the people that I've met on here, Jeanette, Chris Pickering, Pixie's channel, Gail, Bella, Baz, you know, all wonderful people. Whaley Beard, although we haven't met him personally yet, you know, and Bottle Caps. And like Pixie's channel, he's in the Yorkshire Drone Seekers now. So he's met another 3 or 4 drone people, YouTubers. So yeah, the family and the people that I've got to meet through the interviews, they're all friends. I mean, I've got invites all over the world. So I just wish that the wife was a bit younger. I could take them all up on the. Well,
that's right.
You
one of my videos.
You look at Random Life Productions. I mean, she's been over to Monica's in Boston area. She's met up with Mel from New York. She's met Uslop from England. You know, and without YouTube, we would never have met each other, would we?
No, it's the same in community as well.
Yeah, yeah, and you look at the community you've got on your channel. You know, you've got Bella, you've got Random Life following you, and I presume you'll have many others who follow you from the beauty aging community.
Yep. Yes, I hope so. I hope to have. It takes. I thought when I started that people who read my blog would watch my YouTube, and I thought I would be serving the same community and just giving them a different dimension.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I had imagined. It actually doesn't work like that at all, because people who read a blog stay reading the blog. They don't actually start watching a YouTube. And the people who are watching YouTube don't read blogs. So it's an entirely different audience, and it's an entirely different network of fellow vloggers, bloggers, and so on. So it's starting out totally again, even though I've got an established audience on one media stream. I'm starting out on another media stream straight from, you know, totally from scratch, because the two don't meld or cross-fertilize in any way. So yeah, it's a bit odd. I thought the people who read blogs would actually come over and watch my YouTube. I thought they might think that would be a better, you know, something additional to the blog, but no, they don't. They want the blog. So it means I've got to do the work now. So I'm doing the YouTube and the blog.
Yeah, it's funny that, because, you know, I would have thought they would have done, but as you've proven, they don't. And so you are getting a different audience for your YouTube channel than you did for your blogging, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And actually, in the blogging community, a few have decided they'll do YouTube as well. But like me, it's a slow business to get it up and running, get it started. But I suppose the thing is that in some ways I'm not starting out entirely from scratch, because I've got the blogging experience, and I've got I think that sort of lends it's sort of given me the confidence to do the YouTube, and that knowledge of material that I'm writing about on my blog has given me the content on my YouTube. But it's getting known. That's out there is where you're starting afresh.
Yeah, and that is the hardest part, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on YouTube since 2007, and I only really started working on my channel 15 months ago, and I've got up to 2,376 subscribers. Yeah. But it has been a lot of hard work, because you get a few, you lose a few, you get a few more, you lose them again. You know, we all blame YouTube, but really we should be blaming ourselves, because if people are leaving your channel, it's because they're not interested in the content that you put up. So you've got to find ways of entertaining the audience, because if you don't, people aren't going to stick around.
No. I do wonder though whether, because I've subscribed to channels and then find that my subscriptions disappeared, that I've got to resubscribe, and so there is something going on with YouTube, because I don't understand how I've subscribed. I'm sure I've subscribed to you before, and then I see the channel another time, and the subscribe is red for resubscribe, because it's telling me I'm subscribed, so it unsubscribes me.
Yeah, it does to us all. That happens quite a lot. Hiya, Paul, 007 Vauxhall. Nice to have you in again. It's brilliant you coming over to my live streams. Really enjoy having you on, Paul. He's a postman from Wales. Been following. He does a hot and spicy night on a Saturday. So
right.
John would be interested in his channel. Yeah. That is a problem. I can't understand why YouTube unsubscribe you, because I mean, you can't watch every channel, but I do try to support the majority of people that I follow. And I find that sometimes I've gone over to a channel, I press the notification bell, I'm never notified, and when I do go over, YouTube have taken my subscription away from them. And to me, that's the bit that I cannot understand.
Yeah. So it's not only down to us not providing the content, it's also down to the mechanics of YouTube as well, because you can't know your subscription's been taken away from. So it's working two ways. People are being unsubscribed from you. They might not even know they're unsubscribed from you. They're just not seeing that you're issuing material, because it's not coming up on their feed because YouTube's unsubscribed them. Yeah,
and you know, as I learned in the beginning, that YouTube only notify about 10% of your subscribers at any one time, and if your video does well, then they'll notify another 10%. So if you don't get the views in that first couple of hours, YouTube then don't notify the rest of your, another 10% of your subscribers. And that is a major point, because YouTube are a business and they want to promote the channels that get the views and the watch time. And if you don't get the views and you don't get the watch time, YouTube as a business aren't going to promote you. And, I watch a lot of these channels, how to grow your channel, improve your thumbnails, because if you don't improve your thumbnails, people aren't going to click on it. But I spoke to somebody called Savage in the States. He never does any thumbnails. He just lets YouTube whatever picture from the video they put on. His channel is growing because he's got good content. So if you've got good content, people will watch. If you're interested, I watch a vast array of channels: fishing channels, gamers, Green Bay Wacky, promoting channels, Granny Monster, many more channels that I find interesting to watch. But if they put 30 minutes up, I tend to watch 5 minutes and then skip to halfway and then skip to the end, because it depends on how interesting that channel is. I like the 4 small pictures with logos in the middle. Yes, Steve, so do I. I think that's a good way. Pixie's channel, I think it's about interaction with other channels. Yeah, it is, and that's why live streams, Whaley Bird, is the way to go, because then you can get a rapport with your subscribers. But it's always the same people who are coming in on your on the live streams, and they're the ones that stick around. So you've got to find ways of building up more and more people coming in to watch your live streams. And if it's like I've always said, if I could get a big channel on here interviewing those, like Casey Neistat or Ben Brown or any of those, or Louis Cole from London, he's a travel blogger. I don't know whether you follow his channel, but if you could get one of those to come in, then your channel supporters would go up. Just the way it is, isn't it? You know. Hello, WrestleMania. Nice to have you in. Melissa 55. Yes, I know Random Life Productions. She's never got back to me. I've tried no end of ways to get her on. I don't know whether you follow Melissa 55, dear Anne-Marie. I
don't think I do. No.
Yeah, she's one of the beauty channels, and she's got I can't remember how many supporters, but she's a big channel. And you know, I've sent emails. I said, would you come on and show a bit of love and kindness and support for me so I could interview you? No way. But that's it. I'm doing it because I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy meeting people, and what a better way than doing live streams and talking to people who you don't even know. I mean, me and you don't know each other until tonight, and you know, this is it. She's the most amazing Lumi. What's that? 62-year-old. Yeah, she is. You know, but then I've got the looks, and I random. You know. So then, Anne-Marie, how long does it take you to produce your videos, like the one that you put up tonight, the face mask one?
Oh, that was well, that would have taken the time we did in filming it, plus then, well, what I tend to do is film, mostly I film on camera.
Yeah.
My Canon M50. So most of the time I film on that, then I transfer it to my mobile phone and I do editing on my phone, which sounds odd. I don't edit on my laptop. I haven't found the right software. And so I edit on my phone, and I use my commuting time to work to do my editing.
Yeah. What software do you use on your phone to edit?
Androvid.
Yeah, because have you seen that new Adobe Rush that's came out a couple of weeks ago?
No.
It's a cut down version of Adobe, the Adobe. Video editing software. So.
All right.
I think it.
No, I use a free version of Androvid.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good enough for actually cropping and merging.
Yeah.
Clips and cropping, and then from there I then upload to my laptop to check it out, and then I upload to YouTube from there. So it goes from camera as separate clips or however I filmed it, then it goes to my phone for editing, then it goes to my laptop for viewing and uploading to and change the metadata, and from there I upload to YouTube. What I want to be able to do, and what I'm using is Windows 10, and I'm using, as I said, I've got an Android phone, so I'm using Androvid. So Windows 10, I've got Movie Maker on there, and what I want to be able to do is fancy stuff like have a clip of me talking in half the screen, and then have the other half of screen being another piece of film or another piece of footage that I can be talking about, or it could be a picture. So I'm you know, the video of me talking plus a picture that I'm talking about alongside, and I can't do that on Movie Maker. The other thing that I have trouble with, also I want to be able to slip in clips maybe, or just pictures into the top of the YouTube screen, so to show what I'm talking about, just as a picture to say, so I could be talking about an outfit and show myself wearing it as a picture.
Yeah.
So I need to know some software I can use on Windows 10 that I could use to do that, that's not going to be expensive and not drain my computer with storage and RAM. And the other thing I'm having difficulty with is typing in captions that don't then cause the audio and video to go out of sync. If I use Windows, if I use Movie Maker to add a caption, then the audio comes out of sync from the video.
Yeah.
Other people can manage that fine. So
yeah, it's because you're transferring over, you know, but I would recommend that Adobe Rush, because you can do picture in picture in that. Everything that you want to do, you can do in that, because it is a simpler version of Adobe Premiere, and it's designed for YouTube.
Okay, Adobe Rush, all right.
Yeah. You can get a free version, or you can pay $9.99 a month for the paid version, where you get a few more effects and so forth. You can't do that, sadly. You need more timelines. Yeah, that is the problem, Paul, isn't it? In Movie Maker, there are not enough time. There's only one timeline on it in there. Or, yeah, I think there is. So you need more timelines to do those effects, picture in picture. You know, I mean, because I use Adobe Premiere, and I also use Grass Valley Edius 10, which are paid versions. But I don't know whether you know that. Are your daughters still in education?
No, well, in theory, no. They're older, but the oldest one, the 24-year-old, is one's working. She's actually now studying again.
Oh, so if she's studying, you can get Adobe software get it in her name with her email and put it on your computer, and you can get that for, I think it's about £25 a month, half price, because she's a student. You know, it's worth it while she's a student to be able to use it, and it's the industry standard software. You know, you've got color correction, you've got plenty of effects and everything like that, and I always recommend it. What Premiere Pro you got? I've got the latest one, 2018, because I pay. I've got a grandson at school, and it's in his name. It's like, if you want to learn 3D applications as well, if you know anybody at school or in education, you can get all of Autodesk software free of charge. So that you know, if you want to learn animation and so forth like that, if you've got a nephew or niece or anybody in education, you get it in their name, because they don't check. As long as they put their email in, and you can you know their email, and that's it. Or Cyberlink Power Director, that's another good software. You can. That's not that expensive for the editing program. I think it's about £49, and that's got all the effects. It's got chroma key. It's got more than one timeline on, so you can do picture in picture. You know, so I've got cyberlinking on my computer because I use it for the audio. I've got Audio Director on, and that makes a difference to my audio. Hello, Keith and AKA Our Life. Oh, long time no see. So yeah, I would recommend, you know, if you want a good one and you can't afford Adobe Premiere, that Cyberlink editing software at 49 or whatever, they do offer from time to time. That is worth looking into.
Another name, I think it probably came on a previous computer I had as standard, actually.
Yeah, it does, because you get that. I mean, I've got the old version. I I think what's mine? I've had this computer 3 years, so be about 2015. So if you want a copy of that, I'll do a copy off the original, and you can use that.
Okay.
You know, so just email me it and with your address, and then I'll put it in the post.
Okay, thank you.
Or you know, I mean, there's someone here. I mean, Pixie. I forget what software he uses. You know, but it's asking the community, because there's, you know, there are ways of getting illegal copies of things as well.
Yeah. I was just afraid thinking it was me, not just still having to go on a learning curve with Windows 10, Movie Maker, and you know, working it all out and so on. And but clearly it's not. It's actually the software. Yeah.
So Osbeach Andy from Australia, he's using Power. He's just got the latest Power Director, $80 Australian. So that's about £50, isn't it? Somewhere around there, English pounds, I think. I'm learning animation on I agree. I've got a PC and still struggles. Yeah, it does. But Alex, I use what is it, Bender or Summit? I will just have a look, see what I use. Blender.
Someone said Filmora.
Yeah, Filmora, and that's £40 a year. And I think you can do picture-in-picture and graphics in that, because it's got more than one timeline. Yeah, Blender, Alex. Yeah, that's what I'm also learning. Hello, wee Bob. So, go on, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, I was going to say, do these software programs take up a lot of memory or operating system space in RAM and so on?
Well,
are they big and heavy and clunky on your laptop?
So what's your laptop then? You've got a Windows 10. Is it an i3, i5, i7?
It's an HP something. I don't know. It's about 5 years old.
Yeah. So it would run those programs, no problem.
Okay.
You know, so because as I say, I've got mine's an i7 computer, but it's 2015, so it's 3 years old, just over. I can edit 4K, but I always film in 4K, but usually edit 1080, because most people can't see the difference between 4K and 1080. But because your eyes have only got so many receptors. You know, it's like in Japan they've fetched out 8K now, but you know, you can't really see a lot of difference. Hello, Aussie Mark. So Aussie Mark says, "Good day, Anne-Marie." So you've got a few more followers from
Hi, Aussie Mark
tonight. Which
there's a lot of men here, isn't there? There's a lot of your viewers are men, aren't they?
Yeah. No, because I mean, we've had Bella in, we've had Jeanette in, with Random Laugh. Yeah, but you know, I mean, I'm a man and I follow your channel, so I follow a lot similar to Bella. You know, Melissa 55.
Shall I talk about the other aspect of my channel, as well as the clothes and makeup side of things that most of you aren't going to be interested in? I also have a travel section and a sort of an English life section. So I do travel vlogs and English lifestyle vlogs. So I have some playlists on my channel, travel playlists and English life playlist, where you'll find vlogs where we've gone abroad, or vlogs where we're just sort of showing highlights of British trips, hotels, and things different areas like Hampton Court, that kind of thing. And then the English life would be things like going to local country shows or going on local walks, or just our adventures in England, basically. So Travellers Abroad plus England if we're away, and the English life one will have just things we're up to. Maybe John saying good night.
Good night.
But it might be just a vlog on life and things we're doing, or a concert we've gone to, or interesting things we're doing for a weekend, or so we got on the English Life vlog or playlist. I've got some of where we're doing a barbecue, or we're having we're going to cinema, and there's also going to country fairs. There's going to what else is there? There's going to the concert, the Grand Slam concert with Simple Minds and Pretenders as well. So that's a video up there too on English Life. So it's not just female orientated. There's quite a lot for men as well. If you're interested in how, say, there's some New Zealand and Australian people here and American people. If you're interested in things we get up to in the UK and English, just sort of random stuff, lifestyle stuff, then and outings and so on, then there's those playlists you could look at, rather than sort of looking at the videos, which could be lookbooks or makeup and so on. Just go to the travel or English Life playlists and you find things that might be a bit more interesting to you.
Yeah. That's it. So you mentioned travel.
Yeah.
I saw on one of your videos that you have been to Vegas. Where else have you travelled?
Oh, yeah, I've been to Vegas, been to Washington, went to New York last year. Last year I went to New York. We went to Gran Canaria. I went to New York for work. Gran Canaria was our holiday last year. We went to Tenerife this year. We're thinking we're going to go to Madeira next year. Well, so in the States, I've been to Washington, New York, Boston, Chicago, Houston. Then years ago, I drove around Maine and Idaho and Montana, up into Canada as well, around Banff, Lake Louise, around that area, Rockies. I haven't been to Vancouver. I have been to Seattle. I've been to New Zealand, so Auckland and Rotorua, around that area. Where the spring is, the Giza, Rotorua. Where else? I've been to Thailand, to Bangkok for work. That one was. I've been to Egypt for work. Yeah, I think that's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
Where it's for work is I don't really get out to see the place, but I didn't see much of
it. Says, don't you ever work?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, this is 30 years worth of travel. I've got to say, it's not all in not all recently, but no, I mean, for work I probably have to go away once a year, and it's generally it's just airport to hotel.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
And there's a video I put up recently on it's called two hotels, blogger meetup and 2 hotels, and that was that one of those was for work. It was in the UK though, and I drove up to Heathrow and stayed in the Marriott there, and for 2 days I was just in the hotel. I didn't leave the hotel, so I didn't see anywhere around there. Not that you'd particularly want to see, because it's just the Marriott at Heathrow, but you don't if you're at a conference and you're staying in a hotel where the conference is, you don't see anything of the country.
So what things have you got on your bucket list then that you'd like to do?
I have never been to Australia, so I would like to do that. I would like to go there. That's a difficult question. If I had known that question was coming up, I'd have put some thought into that. But yeah, traveling to Australia would be one. Give me some ideas. What should be on my bucket list?
I don't know, because everybody's bucket list is different. I mean, like mine, I'd like to go to India. It's a country I'd love to go to. Another thing is I'd like to go scuba diving because I've never done that. I'm scared of heights, so you know, I don't mind flying, but you know, I've often fancied going up on a zip wire, but you know, I'm terrified of heights, so I don't miss that one. I'd love to time travel.
Oh yes, I would too. Yeah, I'm a real science fiction fan, actually.
Yeah, so am I. So whereabouts or what time period would you like to go back to, or forward? Yeah, back to.
To go back to the two eras that intrigue me are the Roman times and the Victorian times.
Yeah.
But I would want to be shielded from the violence, in that no way am I going to end up being speared or being, you know. So I'd need to have some sort of science fiction shielding around me so that I can see what's going on, but I'm protected, so I'm not going to be hurt in any way.
Yeah.
Or catch diseases and so on. But yeah, the Victorian engineering, the Victorian era, and the Roman era in particular, the Roman engineering, absolutely fascinating. But I would like to go in the future, forward to the future, because I've always been, sort of, as I said, science fiction. Really fascinates me. And when I was a child, I had wanted to grow up and be a member of the Starship Enterprise crew. That was my ambition.
Yeah.
Obviously, at some point, I realised that actually wasn't going to be possible because it's fiction.
That fetches me on then. So, if you had the opportunity to visit any star system or planets or, you know, universe, in our universe or any other, which one would you like to visit?
I don't know about, I can't think about the star system or planet that I'd like to visit particularly, because I wouldn't want it to have a different gravity to us. I don't want to be stretched or squashed.
Yeah.
So, but what I would like to do is live on something like Ringworld. If anybody remembers Ringworld, the book, where people are living on this sort of circle in space, a ring. And so I would like to be put into a capsule so as I could wake up, say, in so many thousands of years' time and be living on this sort of ring in space. An artificial world, with artificial gravity that's actually similar to our gravity here.
So, thinking about the future then, what do you think is the outlook for the planet that we live on now for the future? I'm getting deep now because, you know.
You are, yeah.
Because, you know, I look at the way the world is going, and I mean, like on the news tonight, it mentions about cheap clothing, the fibres are getting into the sea and causing problems. You know, the £5 dresses and jumpers and everything like that. So,
and also on the beauty side, you've got all the tiny micro beads from face scrubs as well, the plastic ones that were in face scrubs before it became they were banned. And also, what I've heard is that one of the worst things for sea pollution is actually fabric softeners.
Yeah.
Because the fabric softener is made from microbeads that you can't feel or see, but tiny microbeads. That's what makes it slippery and sliding. So fabric softeners is one of the biggest culprits to sea pollution.
So how do you see the future of this planet then? And I've never asked these type of questions.
No, yeah, it's very deep. I'm frightened it's too late, actually. It's not as if we can take the plastics back out of the ocean, is it?
No.
It's not really as if we can actually really repair the ozone layer and make the glaciers start growing again. So it does bother me that we might be and what about all the species that have been destroyed, or the rainforest that's being destroyed? It's not going to grow back again, is it? And the species aren't going to come back again that have died, all the species that have died out. So, you know, what's happening around the Amazon and so on really does bother me and frighten me, really. And I think that, I think it worries me that we've gone too far already and it's not recoverable.
Yeah. Because I worry about my great-grandchildren, that like I presume you worry about your children, because you look, the area where you live, it's very expensive to get on the property market. I don't know the job situation, but you know, I look at my 2-3-year-old great-grandchildren and I think, what future is there for them? Because unless they study really hard and stay and go to university, I don't think there'll be the jobs out there for people. I don't think the young have got any chance of getting on the housing.
No, they haven't. No, that's why mine are living with me still.
Yeah. And I remember, because I'm 68, nearly 69, and I remember that I got married at 17 years of age and I bought my own house. Now, I know people that are still living at home at 38, 39, 40 and have got no chance of ever getting on the property market. And because where I live up in Cleethorpes, and the average wage here is about £300 a week, you know, 15,000 a year. So it's a low wage economy.
Yeah.
And to go out and buy a bungalow at 200,000, they're never going to save enough, and they're never going to be able to afford to pay the mortgages off.
No, it's true. It's the same down here. And common, you know, Annabelle lives here, and her boyfriend lives with her, and they've been together 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's a long-term relationship. But you know, they live here as a couple. They do their own thing. Sort of, they use the kitchen to make a meal after we've had our meal, and it's just two couples living in the one house. No, and I sometimes wonder if the generations where we bought our homes and our parents bought their homes, and our grandparents did, were those 3 generations the anomaly. Because in the past, there was an extended family living in one house, you know, in the Victorian times and the Georgian times and so on. And maybe that's what we're going back to. And it might seem odd to us, and we're sort of to moan about our children not being able to get on a property ladder, but actually maybe the last 3 generations have been the aberration.
Yeah.
Maybe the more natural thing is that actually life is an extended family all living in one house.
Yeah. Well, I know a family that have got the mother, the parents, and the daughters with their husband, and the grandchildren. They all live in the same house, but it's a big old Victorian house with 4 floors, and you know, they all get on they get on well because they've all got their own rooms. So if the mother wants to stay in the room, but if they want to invite her down to watch a TV, she can go down. She could, you know, they've got a choice. And to me, I think that's the best way, you know, because then families, you know, your children will look after you in old age. You're helping them with you know, giving them accommodation and helping them, you know. It's whether you can survive doing that, you know, because it must bring pressures on you and John with having your daughter and her future husband or partner living there with you.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I mean, the bills are the bills and the space. That's the thing. Yeah. And you know, we want friends around. They want friends around. So it's not ideal. And when I was, you know, that age, I was married and I was actually having my own space and my own home. It's, you know, seems that they're at an age where they should have that space and have their own place. But where I work, it's almost it's everyone's in the same situation. People my age have all got their children still living with them.
Yeah.
It's much more common that you've still got your adult children living at home than you haven't.
Yeah.
It seems to be just the norm now, you know, adult children living at home.
Yeah, it is, because I mean, my grandma used to live in Notting Hill area, All Saints Road, and the house that they bought, I mean, I think they paid what, £6,500 for it many years ago. When I last went down there, that property that they bought for £6,500 was on the market for £850,000. You know, just short of the million. And you look and you think, how can property go that much in what, 60, 70 years?
Yeah.
But you know, it's because we condense ourselves into cities or large towns. I mean, when you look at the area, I mean, you go up Scotland or you go to Wales, there's plenty of places to build. It's like where I live. There's plenty of places to build, but people congregate in towns and cities, and this is the problem. Anyway, it's 10:20. Everybody in the chat. Hello, love my drones. I'm going to finish the interview with Anne-Marie, and I appreciate coming on my Time with Gramps series. And is there anything you'd like to say, Anne-Marie, before we close it?
I'm going to ask a question. All these sort of people, do I have access to the chat afterwards, so I can actually go and follow their channels? Because I can see some people put their channels up. So that's one thing. So that's more of a question. The other is that really enjoyed chatting, and happy to do it again if you do people twice. You can talk to people twice, maybe. I'm going to go and sort of touch base on following channels and saying hi and watching some videos. Do follow my channel. Don't be put off by the fact that you might see a lot of clothes or makeup type stuff, because as I said, there's also English living, English life stuff we're doing. So the concerts we go to, or dates we go on, or travel, or going around historical houses, and just vlog type things as well. So I try to make something for everybody, but section it on playlists so as you wouldn't be tied to watching a lookbook or watching a makeup type thing if actually you're interested in travel or English life. So look through the playlist to find what you're looking for. But I think there's probably something on my channel for everybody, actually.
Yeah. So thank you very much, everybody in the chat. Good night.
Thank you for watching, and good night. And I really enjoyed it.
Stay with me, Len.